There's one. There's two. It's a triple play. The 2-1. High fly ball. Deep right center. There it goes. See ya.
What's up, Yankees universe? KOD Nation, stand up, and all you D-gents, wake up and get your coffee. Welcome to another episode of the Yankees Morning Brew. This Tuesday, October 4th, we are sitting here live and direct, coming from New York City, where it's a bit cold. The weather out there, the weather outside has gotten chilly. Winter is coming, as they would say. But the Yankees were in Texas to start a 4-game stretch. They had one game yesterday. We got a double header later on today. We got a game at 2 o'clock and then a game at 8 o'clock. And then the Yankees wrap up the regular season tomorrow in Texas. But last night, Luis Severino was on his game. Sevy was on point. And credit to Aaron Boone after that 7th inning. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. But Aaron Boone in that 7th inning, when he was talking at the end of the 7th inning, I should say, when he was talking to Severino, letting him know that, this is it. Got to save those bullets in your arm for the postseason. And I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Coming back off of injury, even if he wasn't coming back off of injury and we were going towards the playoffs and we're still in the same position we are in right now, I honestly would have wanted Boone to do the same exact move. No matter if Severino stretched out 94 pitches with 2 innings left to go, I don't think it's worth it. Maybe he start the 8th. Maybe, he starts the 8th, get somebody up in that bullpen to finish it. But I wouldn't risk it for Severino. Shout out to the chat, my man Steve. Good morning, Steve. Hope all is well. NY Yankee King is in the building. What it do, my guy? Pinstripe Chronicles is in the building. What's good? Man, I can't wait for that roundtable on Friday, brother. Oh, yeah. And just a program update. We will be having a roundtable this Friday. It will be myself. It will be Pinstripe Chronicles. It will be Jason from 161 River Ave. It will be Jiggerman Porto. And Nathan Ramachandra will be there for the roundtable. It is going to be lit. This roundtable that we're doing is just for Yankee content creators. Next week, or the week after, during the postseason, I will be having another roundtable, and this roundtable will be like an open panel format. So I have more people I'll be having more people onto the roundtable for that panel. Different people, whether you're a fan, whether you're a content creator. But this Friday's roundtable specifically is going to be for just those Yankee content creators. And then the one next week will be for the fans and have everybody come on to the panel. But yeah, NY Yankee King, not this one on Friday, just because of the scheduling, just because of the producers that goes along with the show. Next week, Friday, we'll have it. Or next week, during the week, we'll have it where we have different Yankee fans come on for the roundtable to have a little discussion as well, because the postseason is literally right around the corner. It's literally next week. We got 3 games left of baseball for the Yankees, and this season has gone by like that. Hopefully, Aaron Judge could get number 62 within these next 3 games because he's going to need it. He's going to need it. He can't stay stuck on 61. If he stays stuck on 61, oh, my God. I don't know how fans are going to be able to live with themselves. But hopefully Judge gets number 62 today. You got 2 games to do it. You got the doubleheader. You got the game at 2 o'clock, and you got the game at 8 o'clock tonight. So hopefully Judge could get it cracking. He'll probably be the DH in one of the games. And if he gets number 62 tonight, you could automatically guarantee it that he will have tomorrow off for the last game of the regular season. But later on, we do have a special guest joining us. I have my man Julian joining us. If you guys are familiar with Julian, if you follow him on IG, I've known Julian from Nathan and from other people I've met on Instagram. It's going to be an awesome conversation. Julian's going to come on around 11:25, 11:30. Julian is from the NNR Sports. He is from the Jersey Sports Net as well, just like Nathan. So looking forward to the conversation. But let's dive into the stats. Let's dive into last night's game before we continue. So let's start off with the Texas Rangers, right? Let's start off with the Rangers because the Rangers are a team that right now they're just playing their young players to try to see what they could get, auditions for next season. The two big signings didn't help them out that much, but Marcus Semien at second base was 0 for 4. Corey Seager, the shortstop, was 0 for 4. Nate Lowe, the first baseman, was 0 for 3. The DH Garcia was 0 for 3. The third baseman, Jung, was 1 for 3. Haim, the catcher, was 1 for 3. Cole Calhoun, the former Los Angeles Angel great in right field, was 0 for 3. The left fielder, Smith, was 0 for 2. And Bubba Thompson in center field was 0 for 3. I'm not going to lie. I kind of like that name, Bubba Thompson. That's definitely a baseball name if I ever seen one. But Bubba Thompson in center field was 0 for 3, rounding out the lineup. And over to the pitching side of things, Martin Perez, he pitched 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 5 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Ting Cole came in afterwards, pitched the inning, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Hernandez, he pitched the inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, no walks, 1 strikeouts. And Jesse Barlow rounded it off, pitched the inning, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Martin Perez is a losing pitcher, 12-8. I don't know why the graphic says winner, but he's 12-8 on the season. And shout out to my man, the one and only Jay Boogie. He says, shout out to the chat. Blessings, health, and safety to you all. Be thankful and always pursue your dreams. Remember, you are your own roadblock. Life is in front of you and deserve to have it all. Jay Boogie, the words that you preach, brother, I can't say it better than you can, bro. I really can't. But shout out to Jay Boogie. If you guys are familiar with the Knicks universe and you know where I used to run at, Jay Boogie is a how can I say this? Jay Boogie is a voice of reason. Jay Boogie, he is what Fireman Ed was to the New York Jets. That's who Jay Boogie is to the New York Knicks. But shout out to Jay Boogie for coming to the chat. I appreciate you. And Julian Blum is in the building. Salute, salute, salute. Buck, buck, buck. What is good, my guy, Julian? Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Can't wait for tonight because, yes, the Yankees got a doubleheader, but at the same time, tonight starts the Knicks preseason and the Knicks path to the postseason. I'm saying it right now. Now, I already said when it comes to the Knicks, my expectations, I'm not going to have them high. I'm not saying we're going to win the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is. Whatever happens this season, I'm just here for the ride. But when you come to these Yankees, right, I know I've been spoiled for the past 20 years as being a Yankee fan. Shout out to my guy, Eric Hubbs, who was on the channel yesterday. And if you guys haven't seen that interview between me and Eric Hubbs, it's on the channel. Go check it out. Eric Hubbs, the head editor at Barstools for the Yankees when it comes to the Yankees contact. But yeah, check it out. The conversation with Eric Hubbs. It was awesome. I definitely recommend go check that out. That it's gonna be at 11 o'clock, just like on the regular show. So that roundtable will be at 11 o'clock. Shout out to my man Halal from Backstage Baseball. Halal will be joining me on Thursday. He'll be co-hosting with me on Thursday. I can't wait for that. You know, I always love to have Halal on a panel co-hosting with me. This is awesome. I miss my man Halal. Hope all is well. Hope everything's going good in school, my guy. But let's jump over to the Yankee side of things. Let's look at the Yankee stats real quick. Like I said, Aaron Judge in right field was 1 for 4. John Carlos, no se cualo, the DH, was 1 for 2. DJ was back. He was in the lineup at first base. He was 1 for 3. Gleyber Torres, they gave him the day off because he had a little tummy virus, little tum-tum issue. But Josh Donaldson, the third baseman, was 0 for 3. Oswald Peraza, the second baseman, was 2 for 3. They're going to have to start playing this young man. They're going to have to start playing this young man, especially over IKF. But Aaron Hicks in center field was 0 for 2. The aforementioned Isaiah Kiner-Falefa was 0 for 3. Kyle Higashioka, the home run stroker, the catcher, was 2 for 4. And Marwin Gonzalez in left field was 1 for 4. And he had a solo job last night. Shout out to my brother Shine Cube is in the building. Shine. What is good? What is good? What is good? I'm getting a bunch of Nick fans in here. You know, the Knicks preseason is starting, so everybody's coming back alive. Everybody's coming out of hibernation because the Knicks preseason is starting tonight. But Luis Severino, like I said, he pitched 7 innings. He gave up no hits, no runs. He walked the batter. 7 strikeouts, no hits, 7 innings. Luis Severino, he was throwing gas. He had it up to 99 miles per hour, and they said it on the broadcast last night. The last time Luis Severino was touching those type of numbers when it came to his fastball was back in 2017, 2018, where he looked like Jacob deGrom in the first half of the season before he got injured. But Miguel Castro, he pitched the inning, 2 hits, 1 run, no walks, and 1 strikeout. And Scotty Efros, he came in afterwards. He pitched the inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Luis Severino, winning pitcher, 7-3. Scott Efros getting the save, his 4th save of the season. And Stevie said it best. I think the best I've ever seen Severino pitch. Brother, you said it. His fastball, the last pitch that he threw, that he got the strikeout to end the 7th inning, was 100 mile per hour fastball to strike out the batter. To end the end, the last pitch he threw, his 94th pitch on the evening, was 100 mile per hour fastball in the 7th inning. If Luis Severino is not telling you that he thinks that he's ready for the postseason, I don't know what he told you last night. But Severino, line him up. Garrett Cole, number 1, Nestor Cortez, number 2, and Luis Severino, number 3. And let's think about this real quick. When it comes to Nestor Cortez as a number 2 starter and Luis Severino as a number 3 starter, that's the best number 2 and 3 in the American League. Name me another 2 and 3 starters in the American League that are better than Nestor Cortez and Luis Severino, especially what we got last night from Luis Severino. I'll wait. I'll sit back and wait. That's better than whoever Houston throws out there. Because if we match up with Houston has the game against Garrett Cole. There's nothing that we could do against Justin Verlander. We could just hope that the Yankees run into a couple home runs against Verlander. So Houston can have that game. But Nestor Cortez and Luis Severino, number 2 and 3, I think we'll be good in that one. Definitely be good in that one. Definitely. Let me know what you guys think down below. You know, when it comes to our bullpen, I'm trusting Scott Efros. The more I see of Scotty Efros, the more I trust him going forward. Lou Trevino as well. Jonathan Lasagna as well. Jonathan Lasagna, he's pitching to a 1.70 ERA since the beginning of August. This Yankee bullpen, I can say confidently that if we have Scott Efros, then we have Lou Trevino, then we have Jonathan Lasagna, Ron Marinaccio, because you know that injury he got was a shin soreness. It wasn't nothing major with his elbow or shoulder. Those 4 pitchers right there, I think we could trust them going into the postseason. And then if Clay Holmes comes back, that's an extra arm. Those are 5 solid bullpen options we have coming out of the bullpen. 5 solid options. Shout out to my man Delano Still Jr. He's in the IG chat. Yo, DSJ, hit that link on the channel and come on over for the convo, baby. And then my man Steve said it. He said Taillon might also be the best number 4. Absolutely, especially with the way that Taillon's been pitching. So to Steve's point, let me put this back up there. But to Steve's point, number 2 would be Nestor Cortez, number 3 would be Luis Severino, and then number 4 would be Jameson Taillon. Name me a better 2, 3, and 4 than Cortez, Severino, and Taillon in the American League. The main thing the Yankees need is Garrett Cole to be on this game. The main thing the Yankees going to need. We definitely are going to have to need Garrett Cole on his A game. Hey, Garrett Cole, let me know. Shoot me a message on Twitter, my guy. If you need me to get you some sticky substance, I know a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy. All right. I know my man Tat for Pinstripe Chronicles. He may have some sticky substance as well that we may be able to get to you before game 1 of the ALDS. But my man Tat said, want to see the opportunity to see Efros pitch for a save and back-to-back days. Got to see how he handles it. Yep. That is a perfect point right there. We definitely have to see how Scotty Efros comes back if he gets another save opportunity today, whether it's in game 1 or game 2 of this doubleheader. And that's what makes it the doubleheader so much better. We got 2 games of baseball today. 2 games, bonus cantos, as they say. But this doubleheader, it's a makeup from the last time that Texas was in New York, and I think it was rained out. So this is just a makeup game for that. My man Eli said, if Cole ain't on this game, you might let's pack it up. We are screwed. Only when it comes to Cole. That's why I said number 2, 3, and 4, Nestor Cortez, Luis Severino, and Jameson Taillon. I think we'll be good with those 3. But you can never have another ace, right? If Garrett Cole could revert back to Garrett Cole from his days with the Houston Astros going into this postseason, pitching to an ERA under 2.50 in the postseason, please, Garrett Cole, shut us up. Shut us Yankee fans up that have been complaining about you. Go out there and shut us up. That's all that Garrett Cole could do. When it comes to the season, I know a lot of people saying this was a disappointing season when it comes to Garrett Cole, especially when you look at his win-loss record. But win-loss record, throw that out the window. It's the postseason. Throw it out the window. If Garrett Cole pitches 3 or 4 games and he's pitching to an ERA, sub-2 ERA in those 3 or 4 games, you Yankee fans should shut up if he does that. But if he bombs it and he goes out there and he lays a goose egg, he lays a big fat donut out there, then bomb him. Come for his neck. Bomb him. Criticize him, because I know I will. I know I definitely will. If Garrett Cole doesn't show up for the postseason. My man Delano Still Jr. Salute to everyone in the chat. Salutes to my brother Heck at the Nights of DJ Yankees Morning Brew. DSJ, what it do? All these Knick fans, just coming out of nowhere, coming out of the woodworks. But if you're watching along on Instagram Live, hit that link in the bio and jump on over to YouTube to fully join the conversation, join the community as well. But yeah, let's preview today's game. I'm saying tonight, but today's game, because we got one at 2:00. I don't think the lineups have been released yet for that game. I'm not too sure, but let's take a look right now. And also, I feel so sorry for you Met fans out there. Like I said, they were the kids in school that got the fresh pair of Nike Air Forces and didn't know how to act. They were the kids in school that got the new pair of Timbs coming back from Easter break, and you don't know how to act. Ooh. So sorry, New York Met fans. I'm so sorry. My mother still has not answered my phone. I've been calling my mom since Sunday, since the game was over, and my mother still hasn't answered my phone call since then. I think she's avoided me. But let's see. No, they haven't released the lineups for today's game. Starting pitching wise, Jameson Taillon will be going out there for the Yankees. Jameson Taillon is trying to get his 15th win on the season. My man Pinstripe Chronicle says win-loss record is irrelevant. It's habits of him giving up the long ball that brings the hate. Absolutely. Garrett Cole, since June 1st, is leading all of baseball when it comes to giving up the home run ball. And what also sucks is that since June 1st, the second player right behind him that's given up the most home run balls in all of baseball is Jameson Taillon. So Garrett Cole and Jameson Taillon, they both are susceptible to giving up the long ball. But Jameson Taillon has been a lot better of recent. On the season, he is 14-5. He's going for his 15th win today. He's pitching to a 3.83 ERA, 171.1 innings, 161 hits, 146 strikeouts, and just only 30 walks on the season for Taillon. So when it comes to controlling the strike zone and when it comes to giving up base on balls, Jameson Taillon has been solid. My man Mikey Mazza's in the building. Mikey Mazza, salute, Mazza. Hope all is well, my guy. Hope all is well. Mikey Mazza, I just got to let you know, this Friday, the roundtable, it's going to be a different roundtable. I'm going to have you on the next one when I have all the different fans that I'm bringing in. But this roundtable for Friday, it got to be just a different one, just because of the producers backstage and stuff like that. Mazza. But next week Friday, during the postseason, definitely for that roundtable, I'll have you, NY Yankee King, my guy Keith as well. My man, he said we need to split Marinacio's check-in too. Half for Ron and half for the guy that has to wheel him out on the wheelchair. Sinsoreness. Oh, yeah. That's a bit funny. I'm not gonna lie. Cole's full numbers are disappointing, but I hope Cole is saving bullets all year for a big postseason. NY Yankee King, from your mouth to God's ears. Hopefully that's the case. And just like I said, when it came to Luis Severino and him having a no-hitter going after the 7th inning, it's not worth it. It's honestly not worth it. It's honestly not worth Luis Severino going out there and re-injuring himself. He had 94 pitches on the night. Let him 7 innings. That's it. Hand it over to the bullpen. I get it. Your adrenaline is pumping, especially if you're Severino, right? I implore everybody, go on YouTube, go find the clip of Luis Severino and Aaron Boone's conversation. Luis Severino wasn't even looking Aaron Boone in the eyes. You could tell he didn't want to come out that game. He just kept shaking his head. You kept shaking. If you read his lips, he said no a bunch of times. He said no like a million times yesterday to Aaron Boone. But credit what credit due. I get it. It's the bare minimum when it comes to Aaron Boone. But credit what credit's due. Aaron Boone stuck to his guns and told him this is how it's going to be. You're not going back out there. Point blank period. Point blank period. You're not going back out there. And that was the right call to make. As much as I want to see Luis Severino throw a no-hitter, or throw a perfect game, I recognize that on October 3rd, when we only got a handful of games left to play in the season, why am I going to waste you? Why am I going to mess around and possibly get you injured? Why play Russian roulette? I was thinking the same thing. Luis Severino with the Musina attitude. When Musina screamed at Joe Torre, go back, Joe. I was thinking the same thing. That was funny. I remember that game too. Because everyone, including me, that's saying Cole has ace stuff, but not an ace, doesn't care about regular season numbers when postseason starts in October. Yep. And if you look back, right, and if you compare the season that Garrett Cole is having this year to other Yankees ace, he's basically on par with CC Sabathia when CC Sabathia was here in 2009. That regular season that CC had is basically on par with the regular season that Garrett Cole is having right now. The only difference is CC's lineup, CC's offense was a hell of a lot better than the offense that Garrett Cole has. Even though we have Aaron Judge in this lineup, that 2009 lineup that the Yankees threw out there, it was just so much deeper, so much different parity. It was a better lineup. Even though we have Judge this season, that lineup that CC Sabathia had to pitch behind was a better lineup. Whether it was Jeter, whether it was Teixeira, whether it was Alex Rodriguez, Nick Swisher, Hideki Matsui, Jorge Posada, that lineup was solid. My man Mikey Mazza said, I think Cole would be fine in the postseason. The rotation should be Cole, either Taillon or Cortez, and then whichever of the two starters as the second starter, that would be the third starter. Honestly, Mazza, for me, it would be Cole, Nestor Cortez, Luis Severino, and then Jameson Taillon be that fourth starter. DSJ said, I just need a balance from Cole and Nestor Cortez. Yep, you can't get that wrong. Mark T. Makers in the building. Marky Mark, what is good, brother? Appreciate you from coming over from the 161 River family. Mark, just so you know, this Friday, I will be doing a Yankee roundtable with different Yankee content creators. Jason from 161 River Ave will be here. Pinstripe Chronicles will be here as well. Nathan Ramachandra from the NNR Owl, who specifically covers Somerset Patriots, Yankees Somerset Patriots baseball. He will be on a roundtable as well. And my man Jiggerman Porter will be on the roundtable. So Mark, make sure you tune in and tap in for Friday, because that roundtable is going to be an awesome conversation. I can't wait for it. I cannot wait for it. No, Tyone is game 4. Yep. It should go. Yep. I think we're all in agreement on that. Now it's how are we going to set up this postseason roster? Who's being cut? Who's being left behind? Now, Aaron Hicks has to go. There's no way that Aaron Hicks can stay on this roster. So, lineup has been announced. Oh, good looking. Thank you so much, NY Yankee King. Let me check right now. Lineup unavailable still. Let me check Twitter. I appreciate you for that update, my guy, my man, Pots and Pans. Let's see. Yankees Twitter. Still nothing yet from the Yankees. But just to update, prior to game 1 of today's doubleheader, the Yankees appointed Greg Weissert as the 29th man on the roster. Being that it's a doubleheader, they're able to have an extra man on the roster, and Greg Weissert looks like he's getting that call. But yeah, now it's time to, how are we going to shape this up, right? Who's being left behind? Who's being cut off? My man DSJ said, Fortran Express salute. And yeah, you see it. Cole and Cortez start to push Severino to round out the rotation. 100%. My man DSJ dropping them baseball gems, baby. But yeah, who are we cutting and who is staying? Let's talk about this real quick. Julian should be joining us momentarily, so let's talk about this real quick before Julian comes, and then we'll have Julian entertain the conversation a little bit more. But let's talk about this. Who's cutting and who's going? Who's staying and who's going? To me, Aaron Hicks can't make this postseason roster. That's the number one choice. Like, even Marwin Gonzalez is hitting home runs now. Marwin Gonzalez is showing that he deserves a postseason spot over Aaron Hicks 100%. And Pinstripe, if Hicks makes the postseason roster, everyone will lose their mind. Listen, I got like 4 pieces of hair left on this head. If Aaron Hicks makes the postseason roster, the last 4 little hair follicles that I have on this bald head of mine will fall off. Will literally fall off. Aaron Hicks can't make this postseason roster. I know we saw Miguel Castro last night, but he hasn't been solid. Not at all. He wasn't solid. Even before he got injured, he wasn't solid. So I'm not sure who stays and who goes. Aroldis Chapman, he's definitely not getting a shot on this roster for the postseason. I'm sorry, Chappie, but bye-bye. You got to go. All right. NY Yankee Case says, per MLB app, it says Judge, Rizzo, Cabrera, Bader, Hicks, Peraza, IKF, Gonzalez, and Higgy. Okay. I can live with that. Hey, I can live with that. I was looking forward to seeing possibly Matt Carpenter be in this lineup, either one of these games. They said that he was a possibility, maybe in game 2. Maybe if Judge get that home run early, maybe Matt Carpenter could be the DH in game 2 and Judge in the outfield. Depends. It all depends on what happens in game 1. I think Judge needs to lead off this game with a home run. Get it out the way. Get it out the way. 100%. Hold on one second. Let me see. Julian. Yep, he's on the way. Oh, as well. This is off topic. No, this is not Yankees topic. But if you guys get a chance, right? Don't make fun of me what I'm about to say. Also, if you guys get a chance, check out the new Blues Clues trailer that's out there for the Blues Clues movie that's coming. My girlfriend has a little cameo in the movie, and she's in the trailer twice. So I'm a bit excited for my girl and this movie that's coming up with her in it. I'm pretty excited. But yeah, if you guys get a chance, go check out the Blues Clues trailer, right? If you guys see the pretzel lady at the end of it, just know that that's my girl. That's my partner. But yeah, my man Mark T. Maker said Big G smoked one last right. Yep. And hopefully these are good signs to come. Hopefully this is This is Giancarlo Stanton heating up the right time at the right moment. We need Big G on his game for the postseason. We definitely need Big G on his game for the postseason, especially what he's done in recent postseasons. Last year in the postseason, if that game was at Yankee Stadium, those would have been home runs. The games we played against the Red Sox, if they was at Yankee Stadium, easy home runs, period. Oh, we just gotta see. It looks really good though. I ain't gonna lie. As somebody who grew up a little bit older than the Blues Clues community, but it brought some nostalgia factor. I'm not gonna lie. I got a little choked up. You know, I got a little choked up. I'm not gonna lie. I get a little choked up over a lot of things, but so salute to your lady on getting the road. Yes, thank you. Big G is money in the postseason. He absolutely is. Since Giancarlo Stanton been here with us, his first postseason, it was hit or miss. I think he hit like 260 in that postseason. But ever since then, he's just been a monster in the postseason. You know, against Cleveland, he literally transformed into Megatron and said, I'm gonna destroy you. And that's what he did against the Guardians. But yeah, hopefully Big G gets heated up going towards the postseason, because this is what we need. Big G, he's been injured this season, you know, but before he was injured, before he got injured, he was he was on point. Hold on, give me 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. Just trying to message Julian. All right, well, Julian, if you're out there, just know that just waiting for you right now. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Sorry, technology is crazy. He said if G and Judge and Torres are on, then we will have more confidence. Well, Torres has been on. Torres has been on his game, especially of recently, right? In the postseason, Torres is a 300 hitter. This is exactly what we need from Torres, getting ready right before the postseason. Big G as well. Another person who we need to heat up right before the postseason. And Aaron Judge, even though he's not hitting home runs, Aaron Judge still has an on-base percentage over 500, right? His batting average is still over 300, and this little stretch, his batting average is 350. So Aaron Judge, he's on. It's just he's not getting pitches to hit, and the people behind him, they have to step up and they have to hit as well. He said, if Hicks is getting a shot in the playoffs, then let's call my brother Lawrence Mayberry for a spot too. Can't do much worse. You are absolutely right. Money Mayberry will be a better option out there in left field over Aaron Hicks any day. I think me with my two bum hips would be a better option than him, bro. It's disgusting, bro. The stuff that we're seeing from Aaron Hicks is worse than what Julius Randle was doing last year for the Knicks. It is outright disgusting. My man said, my kids love the Blues Clues. They are adults now. I will tell them and check out the trailer. Yeah, it's a nostalgia factor, honestly. I'm gonna make sure I take my nephew with me just so no one judges me while I go to watch the movie. You know, I always love to take my nephew with me places. I say it because I was the president of the Torres fan club. He does cool off to ice cold. I pray to baseball guys that has happened because I want to get back on the Torres fan club. NY Yankee King, how about this? Let's make this agreement. If Gleyber Torres has a solid postseason, you and me both, we will be the co-vice president of the Gleyber Torres fan club. How about that? I have faith that Gleyber Torres will come through in this postseason, especially how he has been hitting of lately. Going the opposite way. Going back to what made Gleyber Torres successful and productive on the Major League roster. Gleyber Torres' rookie season, when Gleyber and Miguel Andujar were just killing it, the thing that Gleyber Torres did best was going to right field, was shooting it into that alley for a double. That's what made Gleyber Torres so dangerous. The season where he had 38 home runs, he had like 15 of those against the Baltimore Orioles, period. He's not a home run hitter, it's per se. Majority of those home runs came against the Baltimore Orioles. So I can definitely see Gleyber Torres getting hot and being one of those key factors in the postseason. Yeah, Torres was looking gap to gap. He was a gap to gap hitter when he first came up. He wasn't a home run hitter. He was a gap hitter. I'm going to take it the opposite way, especially with two strikes. When Gleyber Torres first came up, his two strike approach, it was money. It was literally like on par with how Derek Jeter approached every at bat. Derek Jeter, even if you watch his documentary, he told you he was thinking home run. He was thinking up the middle or opposite field when it came to the home run. He was always sitting on fastball, trying to go up the middle or to right field. That is what Gleyber Torres' approach was when he first came up, especially with two strikes. And like L.I. Yankee King said, he was DJ LeMahieu before we got DJ LeMahieu. 100% agree. And let's see what we could get from DJ LeMahieu as well. Hold on. Let me just double check this Yankee lineup because it wasn't out earlier. Hopefully it's out now. Hold on one second. And by the way, Julian is still going to join us. He's just running a bit late. Yeah, so the lineup is out now. They got Judge. You're absolutely right. Judge is leading it off as a DH. Anthony Rizzo, the first baseman. Ozzie Cabrera, the third baseman. Harrison Bader in center field. Hickson left. Peraza in second. IKF, Marwin, and Kyle Higashioka. So I got my man Julian backstage, guys. Just bear with me as I play this, and we will be right back. My man Julian, good morning, baby. How you feeling, brother? Oh, is he frozen? Oh man, I think he's frozen right now. Oh man, Julian, if you're frozen, there he is. There he is.
You don't need anything.
You can't hear? Hold on one second. Let me just try to help you out right there.
How about
now? Can you hear me?
Nothing.
Okay. Julian, just refresh your page and then join right back. I think that's the issue. If you could just hold on, I'm gonna message you right now to refresh your page. Sorry about that. You know, technology is a mother. How about now, Julian? Can you hear me? No. Yeah, Julian, I think you just need to refresh on your end and then just join back on your end. How about now? Can you hear me, brother?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
We good? Refresh your page and then come back. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties because in the year of 2022, even after we mastered the whole Zoom debacle, we still can't figure this out. But we will. Refresh your page. Hold on, I'm typing. Yeah, so Julian will be back in a second, but I'll look at the chat real quick. My man Mark says Judge, Rizzo, Torres, Stanton, Donaldson, Cabrera, Bader, Trevino, IKF, starting lineup, Peraza, hopefully Crap and Higgy bench, but don't be surprised if Hicks is there. He actually played okay. I know that's the sad thing about it is that in the month of September, I think Hicks is like batting damn near 280 or 300. Let me see right now. Oh, you can hear
me? Now. Yeah.
All right, perfect.
I don't have my mic, but whatever. I think I might as well just make sure we're good and not deal with all the mic issues.
Okay. How about okay? I was just making sure if I was echoing because I was. All right, Julian, what's up, brother? Good morning.
Hey, how's it going? Looking forward to this doubleheader today. I got my Cole shirt
Mm-hmm.
on. Gonna set some
Nice.
history tonight when he passes Ron Gatorade, and then we're still waiting for Judge to see if he gets it today or tomorrow. I mean, it's getting down to it now. Got to be a little
Mm-hmm.
nervous, but I think he can still get it done. Unfortunately, I think he lost the Triple Crown because they keep sitting a rise for Minnesota, so I don't think he's gonna get that because he's 4 points
Yeah,
behind.
I think Luis Arise is at 312 right now. Hold on, let me just double
315.
check.
315.
Uh, hold on. Yeah, he's at 315. Yeah, so I don't think Judge will get the Triple Crown unless Arise goes super cold over the next few days. But I think that's out the way. But Julian, brother, appreciate you for joining for the conversation. Let the people know in the chat who aren't familiar with you, where you're from, and how'd you get into this thing about being a Yankee fan and also following the team professionally.
I'm from New Jersey and Oakland. It's like by Franklin Lakes and Wyckoff Lane area, if anyone knows that. Just started grinds in like 2018, 2019, slowly on Twitter, which you see my handle right there, Julian Guardi 1. I also do the minor league content with Somerset, but our season's over. We did win a championship, so that was pretty cool. And I've been getting these interviews, been connecting with some reporters and a few other players across the way. Just been building as we go along, and I'm just looking to do more too. And looking forward to the stretch run in the postseason. Going to be out there for the ALDS, I think, game 1. So we'll see how far this can go.
Yeah, and one thing I gotta say is that you and Nathan, when it came to covering Somerset this year, you guys were awesome. I've seen a bunch of your interviews, especially with players. One interview that I could say that you had that I was taken away by, especially because of all the rumors that were circulating, was when you interviewed Don Mattingly. Can you tell us how was that interview with Don Mattingly, and do you see him as a future Yankee manager potentially down the line?
That was definitely the craziest interview I've ever done, I would say. It was definitely a pretty surreal moment to get to speak to Donnie Ball. I don't know if he's going to touch the Yankees. I don't know if he's manager material, especially for the Yankees. Maybe a coaching staff role. I think they're pretty satisfied with Aaron Boone at this point, even if people aren't. I mean, he might win 100 games again. We'll see how far this playoff run takes us. I think this year he's done a pretty decent job, honestly. I know we had a rough stretch. There's a lot of injuries. Could there be a role on the coaching staff for Mattingly? Potentially, I guess, if he wants it. Who knows what he's looking to do with this next step. I'm not sure how he's feeling about things. Talking to him, it was interesting. It was a good day because it was Keith Hernandez Day, and like how they were both the guys in the 80s. So it was very it was a good moment to get him for sure. Like, I actually saw him the year before in Miami, but I didn't get to speak to him. So it was good to get to speak to him this year. It was crazy. I can't believe it happens still sometimes. It's just a wild situation. I'm just looking to progress off it, and hopefully I can see him in a Yankee coaching staff capacity and get to speak to him again. We'll see.
Yeah, you don't have to say yes or no, right? But if you did, when you was interviewing Mattingly, did you take any dirt from the field and stuff it in your pockets? Because if that was me, honestly, that's what I would do. If I got the opportunity to be that close to the infield, I'm stealing some dirt so I could put it in my pockets. You don't have to tell me if you did, but just wink twice if you did, and no.
I'm gonna be honest with you here. I was like, I wanted to get a picture with him so badly, but I didn't want to be that guy. So I held him in and didn't ask him for one because I would have got. But we're interviewing him. I'm trying to look professional and all that. I did shake his hand and say "nice to meet you," though. So that's the solace I took from it. No souvenirs, no pictures. I just kind of kept it moving the best I could. It was
No, that's awesome because when as kids we fall in love with the game, and a lot of these people like Don Mattingly, he was a legend to us as a kid. Like we just heard the myths of a folk hero of who Don Mattingly was, and I had almost the same kind of story with me, but it was with Bernie Williams. Shout out to the guys. Shout out to the people from Knights of Dejan because they sent me to a Tuzio event to cover it with Tiki Barber and Bernie Williams, and having a conversation with Bernie Williams, the same thing, starstruck. I was able to ask him for a picture. I made sure I was that guy, Julian, to ask for a picture when it came to Bernie Williams, because Bernie
You
Williams
know,
was my favorite player growing up, honestly.
it's a different setting. It wasn't the right setting for me to ask
Yeah,
him for.
yeah.
I saw him outside the stadium. Then I probably could have asked, like, if I see him in another spot, maybe, but it wasn't the right moment,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
of course. You
I
always
will
gotta be able to
say
play it
that
down the queue. Yeah,
I actually met Bernie's manager twice this year, and I went to one of Williams'
nice.
events, but I didn't get to speak to him personally. But for Donnie, yeah, it was a great moment. Oh, we'll see how he progresses. I wish him well. I was happy I was able to do that because who knows what the future holds for him. Maybe I won't see him again. Who knows? So that was really cool. Like when they made the announcement, I put it back out there. I was like, oh, thankful I was able to do this. Like I had to reserve it for a second.
Yeah, but now you've had the pleasure of covering Somerset, right? You've seen our top prospects. You've seen Volpe, you've seen Dominguez, you've seen Austin Wells. Let us Yankee fans, because even Nathan has come onto the channel and speak about it, but let us Yankee fans who want to trade for like the big A's, so the nice shining object that's out there. Let us Yankee fans know, are these prospects the real deal? And should the Yankees hold on to them going forward?
Yeah, people are still complaining about not trading Volpe for Castillo, and I don't think that's a smart thing to do. Like, I understand we're upset about Montas, so it's a bad reaction, and like I'm pissed about the Montas trade too because I really like the kid Kent Waldichuk. I was able to speak to him and his pitching coach, and I feel like he's going to be better than Frankie going forward, and he's younger, lefty. But they thought Montas was going to help. Hopefully next year he can rebound, so we can't like sour over it right now. But Volpe's worth keeping. He's going to be really good. He's got a 5-tool component. I think he's up there next year at some point. I don't think it's opening day, but I think you'll see it next year. Dominguez, I think you already know, is very much well worth keeping. He's really starting to progress faster than I even thought he was going to. People were down him kind of before the year began, but I think he's gotten everyone back up, especially after that performance in the championship. Had like 10 ribbies in the playoffs. He had 3 homers in the championship series. He had 2 the last game from each side of the plate. He had 6 ribbies. I mean, his speed's good. His defense has been solid. His plate discipline's actually getting a lot better too. Like he's not just swinging at everything anymore. He even told me he thinks that's improved the most. And I'm seeing him take these close pitches now, and he's taking his walks, which is good. And I think he walked close to 80 times this year, which isn't bad for a young kid and across 3 levels of baseball. So I think he's good. Austin Wells, I think, is really solid too. I think the questions about his catching defense are fair, I would say. He's had some rough moments back there I've seen personally. I think his arm has gotten a little bit better in his release time, but he's got to get better with blocking the ball still, I would say. His bat is 100% there. It's made for Yankee Stadium. I don't know if there's a position change in his future because the Yankees don't really have a future catcher because you figure Severino, I don't know how much longer he'll be around for. He's maybe a few more years, but he's not the future, obviously. And then Rizzo is old at first base, kind of, so they need a future first baseman too. So maybe they would try to put him over there. I don't know, but I think they want him to catch though because he hasn't played another position in the minors. So I think those 3 are good building blocks. I think Randy Vasquez is under the radar. He had 8 no-hit innings in the championship. Will Warren, Clayton Beater, Yandris Gomez. These are some arms to watch. I think can make an impact. So because they traded a lot of arms with Hayden Wisniewski too, Ken, and then Dean and a few others. So they kind of restocked that a little bit. But I'm excited to see where the system goes. You can't keep everyone, obviously. You have the Rule 5 draft. You have to protect certain players. So there'll be some more movement in the offseason, obviously. But the one thing they did was keep their top hitters. Like, they didn't give up any of their top hitting prospects. So I think you might see some movement with, like, the Pereiras, maybe Sweeney's, like, below that 4 category that we kind of talked about, or 3 hitters that we discussed. So we'll see.
I can say when it comes to Jason Dominguez, he's totally won me over this year, right? Because I went down to Tampa to go see him play for the Tarpons this year. I was down there around July 4th. It was like a week or 2.
I saw one too, actually, down there.
You saw the potential, right? I was literally sitting behind home plate, and they have the netting there. He fouled off a ball that it was still able to make his way through the netting to me. So I thought that was a sign from the baseball guys that you need to follow Jason Dominguez going forward. Yeah, I caught it. Hold on, wait. Hold on one second.
You've had some better luck with me because I've dropped a few baseballs over the past couple of years.
There you go. Right there. Minor league baseball, right from Jason Dominguez.
Wow,
So
that's sick.
I'm going to be trying over the next few years to get Jason Dominguez to sign this ball. I'm going to like almost every Somerset game I can next year, and I'm going to try to get Dominguez to sign that ball. But one thing I say is that the Tampa Bay Tarpons, too, their security staff, they need to relax because they act like they're the CIA. They don't let you talk to any of the players. They're literally worse than the CIA. But I was able to see also that game that I was down there, Austin Wells. That was his first game with the Tampa Bay Tarpons when I was down there. And Julian, when I told you that, I agree with you. His bat is major league ready. It's just what position is he going to play? Because when I tell you, he hit a ball outside of George. It left George Steinbrenn's field. It left the field.
Yeah, he's got that pop.
His power is legit, and it's first his mustache is major league ready, and his bat is major league ready. It's just going to depends, like you said, if they move him to either first base or to the outfield.
I don't know. Like, I don't see him as an outfielder, really. I think it's more of a first baser. Like, I mean, he actually stole like almost 20 bases, so I guess he has some deceptive speed, maybe. But I think it's more of a first base situation. I feel like the Yankees outfield's in a good position. You're gonna have Dominguez in there. You're gonna have Judge. Bader's probably. I feel like Bader's a stopgap. By the way, I think Bader's gonna be there next year, and then after that, they'll have Dominguez or Everson up there. So I think next year you'll see Wells maybe start in AAA potentially, or maybe he does a small stint in AA, then goes to AAA to start next year. I mean, to have 20 plus home runs. I think he actually led an OPS too, maybe. So
yeah.
Year.
There's and I always like to let people know about different other people under the radar in the Yankees organization. There's a kid down in the minor league system. He's a shortstop. He's an 18-year-old Swiss hitting shortstop that in the Dominican Summer League or the developmental league that just finished, he led the entire DSL in every offensive category except for home run. He led in batting average. He led in doubles. He led in triples. He led in walks. He led in hits. This kid, he hit 315 with a 550 on base percentage. He had an OPS over 1100. This is an 18-year-old kid called Kino Delgado. Whenever you get a chance, do a deep dive. He'll probably be with Somerset over the next couple of years, but whenever you get a chance, do a deep dive on Kino Delgado. I'm telling you, this is a prospect that he's going to fly under the Yankees in this organization under the radar, because Roderick Arias, he has a lot of hype around him. Jason Dominguez has a lot of hype around him. But this kid, the Yankees signed him out of Venezuela when he was 16 years old. He was literally a 5'5" infielder. Like, he was 5'5" as an infielder. Right now, he's sitting at 6'2", 6'3". So he has grown into his body. And I think the Yankees found a gem. They found a diamond in the rough when it comes to this kid, Kino Delgado. Do you have anybody that falls into that category as someone that doesn't have the hype like the other prospects that you would say is someone to look out for?
Yeah, I actually thought you were talking about Roderick at first because I don't really follow the DSL that close into Dominican stuff. It's tough to track when I'm doing all the other systems too, and League kind of goes by me too. But I'll check that kid out for sure. It sounds interesting. We also have a million shortstops, so that's a good under the radar fans. That's like our fifth or sixth guy. I know Vargas took a step back. Unfortunately, I did like him, but he did not have a good year this year. Wells' OPS is like 900, by the way. But I do have someone under the radar for you. Check out this kid named Sean Boyle in AAA. He's gone through every level of the system. He doesn't flash you with the radar gun, but he led the minors in quality starts, a lot. I think Ks per 9 ratios for the Yankees. He was the Patriots' best pitcher for the majority of the year. He's a really crafty righty. He's got good velocity's okay. He's not going to blow up the gun, like I said. But his pitch location, it's his movement. He's like a finesse pitcher. He relies on command and location. But his father made an analytical book too. He's very into the analytics. He definitely maximizes the most out of his potential. He's not on any prospect list for some reason. I think he should at least be in that low 30 to somewhere in the 20 range. They never rank him for some reason. He just goes out there and gets the job done. He'll give you 6+ innings. He's pretty durable. He doesn't get hurt. I think you have to watch because he might not get protected in the Rule 5 draft. So I think that's someone, Sean Boyle.
Okay. I'm writing it down right now. Sean Boyle. Now, what is he? You say he's a pitcher, right?
He's a right-handed pitcher.
Okay,
He's a
right-handed
starting
pitcher, Sean Boyle.
He actually got drafted. He actually got drafted as a reliever, and they turned him into a starter.
Oh, okay. You don't really see you see a reverse side of that. You see starters being drafted and then turned into relievers later on. But
his father
that's
actually
good to know.
told me
Yeah.
that too. Yeah.
Oh,
he's got
awesome. So
going on.
So you was able to interview his father, and his father's like a pitching coach, big into analytics as well.
Yeah, I didn't interview the father, but I've spoken to him a lot. And I think I will get to eventually. Like I had Sean on the podcast in the off season. I do want to get something with both of them potentially. I think that'd be a good content there. I think books and stuff too. Like he's written books about it, the father. So it's very good stuff with them.
Yeah, I got a guy in the chat. No, I got a guy in the chat that answered you. He said it's always the guys that aren't on the radar, like Mattingly.
That's a good point. Yeah,
100%. Now, I got to ask you the big question, right? Before we leave or whatever. But the elephant in the room, Aaron Judge and his contract. Julian, I've had Scott Braun, who's a friend of the channel. He's come on to the channel to have conversations talking about Aaron Judge's contract. And he's saying that from the inside of the industry, the rumors are that Aaron Judge will most likely go to San Francisco. Julian, do you have any thoughts on it? Like, what's your whole issue, or what's your thought process when it comes to this Aaron Judge contract situation?
I think the Giants are a threat, but at the same time, like, are they really going to pay him $400 million? Like, I don't know if that's necessarily true because, like, they don't really do the long-term deals like that. Like, are they going to break the bank and break their exceptional for Judge? I mean, they need a big hitter, they need a big player. You know, they kind of were a flash in the pan last year. It looks like they kind of came back down to earth this year. They have a lot of guys that oh wow, you're in this too. It's funny.
That's my guy Halal. Yeah, that's my guy Halal. That's little Michael K right there.
We're actually we're working on some stuff, but this is yeah. But anyway, so I think that they'll get him back. Still, I think it's going to be tough. Obviously, I don't think the Mets are necessarily going to be in play. A lot of people are hyping that up. I think in like 9 years it's going to take to bring him home. Probably. I don't think they'll go to 10 years just because of his age. I think he's played his way out of 8 years, obviously, because of how good he's been. So, I mean, I think it's going to be a minimum of like 9 for 360. Maybe that's even too low. I don't know. Maybe we'll get to 400 for him, like you said. Yeah. I mean, he's going to make $40 million plus after the season he just had. He's going to get the positional value player for record for AAV, I would imagine. I thought was Mike Trout for like 36 or something. I think was the previous one. I know pitchers have broken that since, but less years. So it's just it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I think the Dodgers are always a dark horse, obviously, because like they're the Dodgers, so you can't count them out.
When it comes to the annual AAV, like what he makes yearly, I think the Yankees, if they take a step back, because if they realize, they look at their books, right? We got Chapman, his 19 or 18 million coming off the books. We got Zach Britton's 15 million coming off the books. So between Britton and Chapman, that right there is 30 to 35 million right there. Judge is already making 17 million this year. So you take that 17 away, add it to that 35 million. That's over 50 million right there. The Yankees can offer Judge per year, just off of removing Britton and Chapman off of this roster. So when it comes to the side, I think they have the money. It's do they want to go the lengthwise, right? Yeah. I agree with you that it's going to take 9 years, possibly 10 to bring him back. But the Yankees have to realize that you can't let Aaron Judge walk away, right? Your fan base, I know me and you will probably be at Yankee Stadium, the first ones rioting if they do let him walk away, Julian. But they can't allow him to walk away.
We'll have a lot of and they're going to be taking down the judges' chambers. That's a scene no one wants to see. You can't let him walk because, like, think about where this team would be without him. And then you bring up some other points too, like Joey Gallo's money's gone, and so you don't have to worry about paying him again too. Like I don't know what they did exactly to get rid of him or how they handled that with the money. Chad Green's $5 million is probably gone too. 5.4. But that anymore. Jamison Tyon's probably gone as well. So that's around 10 or 11, I think. So you have plenty of ways to make it work. It's really just a question of long term. Everyone's going to say, do you want to have Cole, Judge, and Stanton making $100 million? I guess that's going to be the bigger issue down the line because if you put them all together, it's going to be like $100 million plus for 3 players for a while. So that's definitely not the best situation. I'll have to be unbiased and say that.
Yeah. No. I get that, but it's like when you invest into Garrett Cole, that $300 million contract, and then you trade for Giancarlo Stanton and his contract. It's like right now, it's like you can't waste Garrett Cole and Giancarlo Stanton,
Oh
right?
no, I
So you
agree. I'm not
have to,
saying don't
yeah,
bring him though.
No. Yeah. That's what I'm saying because it's like I'm worried that when it comes to the Yankees regime and the front office, the higher ups, this is not any shade towards Hal Steinbrenner, right? But when George passed away, he specifically left the team to Hank for a reason because
Mhm.
Hank was invested into baseball. Hal
Yeah,
Steinbrenner, he's not invested into baseball.
yeah, you're
This
right,
right
bro.
here it's a second tier option for Hal Steinbrenner. He's more
Yeah,
focused on horse racing. He just brought a club overseas to play football. I mean soccer in Europe. So I
Liverpool or
don't think
something.
he's invested. Yeah, he's invested into the Yankees as his brother was and as his father was. But as a business person, he should recognize that Aaron Judge is a commodity, right? It like in business is all about having your commodities and how valuable they are. Aaron Judge is the most valuable commodity besides Shohei Ohtani in all of baseball. Like, what's
Yeah.
your thoughts? Yeah, what's your thoughts on that, real quick, going forward before we leave?
Judge is the MVP this year, hands down. I mean, Otani is a great pitcher too, but like you can't take away the offensive numbers, and the gap in the offense is enough to make up for the pitching. And you look at the WAR difference, and they're gonna say Otani's a DH, but he gets more credit for pitching. So I don't really care that he's a DH because like
Mm-hmm.
he's not playing the fields, and that's gonna be that has to be held against him. I'm sorry, he's not a fielder. Judge is playing good defense, so you have to put everything into a factor. And I think the fact that the Angels don't win anything should also be held against him too. Even if people don't agree with that, I just don't think it's Madison being the MVP. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like when Trout and Otani get these empty MVPs and when the Angels aren't good, but I get it goes by the highest WAR. So okay, but Judge has the highest this year, so that doesn't even matter because his WAR is over 11 right
Yeah.
now. Otani's like in the 9 range, I think. And Otani's great. He's a freak. He can literally win the MVP every year, but not this year.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, bro. Because it's like when you talk about Trout, and Trout's a phenomenal player. He's a great player. I don't want to take anything away from him, but Miguel Cabrera had to win a triple crown in order to get an MVP when he deserved it the year before, also because he was the best player on the best team when it came to the Detroit Tigers, right? The same thing with Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge has to break a home run record and damn near batting title, triple crown, in order to get the MVP from Shohei Ohtani. Now, is Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout great players? Absolutely. But like you said, Julian, they're great players with the Angels in a situation that they're on a losing team and they're always losing. Are those numbers that they put up, would they translate and transfer to the pressure cooker that is New York? Can they
Also,
produce those same numbers with the Yankees? You understand what I'm saying?
I do, and I will say I'm not sure because the AL West is also not good. Like they get bad teams out there. You get to play the A's and the Rangers every year. I mean, the Mariners are better now, but they were bad for a while too. So you were playing
Mm-hmm.
3 bad teams a year sometimes, and the A's actually weren't terrible. So now it's been different, but you were getting at least 2 terrible teams a year, and like 1 really good team and 1 mediocre team. That's what their division record was. So they didn't face the AL East competition. They didn't face the high race pennant playoff games. Like they didn't have that pressure cooking because they were always cooked. And it's not their fault. They're great players. The Angels have done a terrible job surrounding them with talent, and they've had some bad injury breaks too. But it's just not. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not relevant baseball though.
Mm-hmm. Now, Mark, I don't want you to think that I'm saying that Trout and Otani they can't play in New York because they definitely can
Yeah, they
play in New
could. That's
York.
all we're
Yeah,
saying.
they
Although
definitely can.
Otani's
Yeah,
not
that's
the
not what we're
best
saying.
if he wants
Yeah,
to,
yeah,
but
yeah, 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 yeah. They definitely could play in New York, but Giancarlo Stanton, right? He put up phenomenal numbers with the Marlins. He won an MVP with the Marlins. He was never able to replicate that with the Yankees so far, right? So there's been a lot of players that they've put great, but coming over to the Yankees, they haven't been able to put that up per se, if you understand what I'm saying.
yeah, I get that completely. I know you're speaking to him, but they could play in New York, though. Like we said, Otani, we question if he wanted to because he said he didn't want to in the beginning, but
Yeah.
now they're saying he will change his mind potentially in a potential free agent situation. Not saying I
Mhm.
expect the Yankees to get him. Maybe the Mets will or who knows? But I think
Yeah.
Otani could end up leaving the Angels, by the way. I wouldn't be shocked with how things are going over there if he ends up leaving. Although new ownership might want to try to keep him and give him a huge deal. So we'll have
Mm.
to see how that plays out.
Now this is the thing with Ohtani. I agree with you 100% with the new ownership, because if you're a new owner, right, and you're buying the Angels, you're gonna want to keep Ohtani because of the revenue he brings you from overseas, right? Because of the market that is in Japan, the TV contracts that are in Japan, so on and so on and so on. Now, if you were the Washington Nationals, if you're an owner that's going to buy the Washington Nationals, you're going to wait until they trade Juan Soto, because you don't want to be that owner that trades Juan Soto and don't sign him.
Yeah,
when it comes to Ohtani, you want to keep Ohtani because of the marketing outside of baseball that comes with overseas, and how that opens up different revenue avenues for other ventures that you have, because Ohtani is just a piece in the puzzle that just opens up so many different doors for you.
Yeah, that's a good point. And the Angels really, if you talk about irrelevant now, if they get rid of him, then that's really irrelevancy. So
yeah. But Julian, I don't want to hold you up for that much longer, brother. But just want to get your sentiment real quick before we dip out. Going into the postseason with this starting rotation the Yankees have, how do you feel? Like, how confident are you from a 1 to 10 about this team going into the postseason? And we can end the conversation right there.
I'm at 8 with the rotation. I'm pretty strong. The bullpen gives me the biggest cause for concern, because a lot of mixing and matching on defined roles. I think the lineup, I'm wondering if Benintendi is going to make his way back. It looks like Matt Carpenter might be in there for the ALDS. So I'm feeling pretty good. I'll give us an 8, a solid 8 for a confidence scale for the postseason. It's just going to be like it always is. Can we beat the Houston Astros? I think if we get past the Astros, we can win it all. Although the Braves, got to watch out. The Braves are scary right now. They might end up going back to back.
Yeah, they've caught on fire at the right time. But Julian, I appreciate you for taking this time, jumping in on the conversation. Just so you know, going forward, there's an open door policy. Anytime you want to come onto the channel, you're more than welcome to come onto the channel. No, I normally have open panels during the week, so you're more than welcome to come onto any of the open panels. This Friday, we're having a Yankee roundtable with different Yankee content creators. Nathan's going to be there. Pinstripe Chronicles is going to be there. Jason from 161 River Ave is going to be there. If you're free this Friday, shoot me a message. Let me know if you want to jump on this panel for this roundtable of different Yankee content creators. But before you go, let the people in the chat know where they could find you and your content as well, besides your Twitter.
Thank you so much. What time would that be Friday? I'll consider it.
At 11 a.m. 11 a.m. on Friday.
Okay. I'll keep you posted on that one. But for myself, Twitter's there, obviously. Instagram's Julian Gallardi 11. Check out my YouTube channels, Out in the Fields and Grunt Baseball, I would say. And then TikTok, I'm on Out in the Field as well. And then I'm on Facebook too, my name, and then Grunt Baseball. So that's the best way to find me. I'll be doing some in-game highlights. I'll be doing some previews and recaps now that Somerset's done. I unfortunately had an issue with my YouTube channel, so I might be reposting some stuff on Out in the Field soon, so everyone can check that out. There's a bunch of interviews and highlights from the majors and minors this year.
Nice. But again, Julian, appreciate you, brother. Thank you for taking this time, brother. Like I said, anytime you want to come back on, you're more than welcome to, my guy.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to the future.
All right, no problem, my guy. Appreciate it. Great conversation with my man, Julian. Like he said, looking forward to future conversations. I just want to touch in the chat real quick before I dip out. Michael Caputo is in the building. The Caputs has showed up. Michael Caputo, what is good, my guy? Hope all is well. Michael Caputo, I am driving out to Long Island tonight, actually, and I will be stopping by your house to make collections. You have a debt, you have a bill that's coming your way, and I cannot wait to spend your money on random stuff that I do not need, right? There's a Pokemon game out that I want to buy, that I want to use your money for it, right? There's several other things, like I got to get me a new Power Ranger setup. I definitely want to get me some Power Ranger things because of you, Michael Caputo. But Caputo is in the building. James Cook, what is good? Salute to my man, James Cook. He said if Juan Soto's asking for probably going to get 10 years to 10 years for a 40 contract, Judge is going to get 10 years, 500 mil. The big difference when it comes to Soto and Judge is the age. Soto is younger, 23. They value the age in baseball, whatever. If I'm Judge, I'm asking for 500 million. I'm trying to get the most that I can. So even if I ask for 500 million and I get rejected and walk away with 400 million, yeah, definitely. I got you, Backstage Baseball. If we go to Geno's, my man, it's on you. You're buying me food if we go to Geno's. How about that? But not Caputo. I'm just messing with you. But Caputo, I'm glad to see you're good, Caputo. I'm glad to see you out there. This season has been awesome. My man DiCaprio said, I still hate the fact that y'all get to bully the Rangers before the playoffs. DiCaprio, I apologize. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Don't mean to beat up on your other Texas team that's out there. But Mark T. Maker as well. Appreciate you, Mark. Appreciate you, Mark, for coming through first time in the chat. 100%, Mark. Listen, Mark, if you get to it, if you feel like you want to jump on a panel one of these days, you're more than welcome to. Because one thing that I do here in the Yankees Morning Brew is I allow other Yankee fans to come on the panel to give their voice, to voice their opinion. If you ever, had the feeling of wanting to get into the realm of content creators, if you want to jump on the panel and have a go around and talk about the Yankees, you're more than welcome to come up on the open panels that we have, Mark. Appreciate you. In Elmont, New York. He's Long Island, Queens area around there. All right, cool, Mark. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, anytime you want to come onto the panel, just let me know. I think I'm having an open panel next week of different Yankee fans. So, Mark, if you're free next week and you want to jump on the panel, just make sure you're in a situation, you're in a space that is dedicated to you so you could jump on the panel, and you're more than welcome to. There's one by me and oh no! I joke around with Michael Caputo that I'm going to go to his house to beat him up, but no. But I definitely want to. Caputo was going to be there for the for the event that Pete was supposed to have, but hopefully in the future we could get it. Pete could get it up and running, and we could show up to another event because I'm really looking forward to hanging out with you guys. But yeah, I definitely we probably right before the season start, we'll probably do a meetup, Yankees Morning Brew. But yeah, said count me in. I have this bet. He said it's all good. But guys, I appreciate everybody who tuned in today's episode. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you aren't subscribed. I'm just having such a great time. I enjoy everybody who tunes in every morning. I appreciate the little community that we have built this season going forward. We only have 3 more games left of the regular season. There's only 3 more games left of the regular season, and then it's the drive for the postseason. Then we put the pedal to the metal when it comes to the postseason. But like I said, I appreciate everybody who tuned in today, everybody that's in the chat. My man Tats and Donald from Pinstripe Chronicles. DG, what is good, baby? You just got here at the end. DG, what is up? Michael Caputo, of course, NY Yankee King, as well as Mark T. Maker, as well, my guy, Backstage Baseball, hello. James Cook, I see you. Like I said, my brother DiCaprio, Mikey Miles and the 4 Train Express, my man John for still Nick fans, my brother, salute to my guy Hector, aka Project Nerd HQ. We are lining up for a solid post playoff run. We're in a good spot. I like our odds against both Tampa and Cleveland. Let's go Yankees. John, you ain't never lied, John. You ain't never ever lied. DSJ was in the building. We had a lot of Knicks fans was in the building coming out of hibernation because the basketball season is upon us. Mikey Miles and the 4 Train Express. But like I said, everybody, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. This has been another episode of the Yankees Morning Brew. I am your guy, Project Nerd HQ. And like always, a peace.